I just got a job at this costume shop. I'm supposed to be the janitor during the day shift. While I was sweeping, I noticed a familiar costume in the kids section. It was a costume of a boobah. I started to remember my love for the show as a child, and I stared at it for a little bit before going back to work. Later that day, when I got home, I decided to watch the show for nostalgia, so I went online and found an episode of the series. When the intro played, I started to remember things from my childhood. I had always wondered what was underneath the boobah's fur. I started wondering what could possibly be under there. I snapped back into reality when the episode started. They were all there in their little home place. I found it strange, since the episodes usually had them all enter into the scene. I just shrugged it off. As I watched the episode, it became glitchier until the screen went static. I hit my laptop, and then the episode started to show again. The camera was close up at the blue one. Its hands were near its head. It started to pull down on its fur to reveal a mouth below its eyes. The mouth was very human-like. It had red lips, teeth, and a tongue, just like a normal mouth. Then it started to whisper. I couldn't hear what it was saying, but I could make out the words, "Come, us, and our world." The voice got louder. I could hear what it was saying. It said, "Come live with us, be a part of our world." I started to get a bit nervous. Then out of nowhere, the blue one came out of the computer screen. I was frozen in shock and disbelief. The boobah grabbed onto me, tried to drag me with it into the computer screen. I held on to my chair, tried to fight it off. I then looked at my computer. All the other ones were there, behind the screen, staring at me. The yellow one, the orange one, the pink one, and the purple one were chanting, "Join us," in unison. Then an idea struck me. I hit the off button on my computer. The laptop screen went black. The blue boobah that was halfway in my room started to fade away. It whispered something that sounded like, "You cannot hide." After all of that, I was scared and traumatized. I went to bed not knowing what else to do. Through the night, I'd have nightmares about the boobahs. They'd all be staring at me while slowly walking my way. They all had the mouth of the blue one. When I woke up the next morning, I was tired. I made myself a coffee and some cereal. Once I was done, I got ready and headed off to work. When I got there, I noticed the boobah costume was gone. I didn't know if it had anything to do with last night, so I just assumed that somebody had bought it when I wasn't at the store. When my shift was done, I headed home. On my journey back to my house, I noticed people just staring at me. They were all round, and they had these colored shirts. When I finally arrived at my house, it hit me. Those people were wearing the colors of the boobah. There was a blue one, a yellow one, an orange one, a pink one, and a purple one. I wasn't sure what was going on anymore. When I went up to my bedroom, there was an envelope on my bed. I wasn't sure how it got there, but I decided to open it. In it, there were multiple documents. They all said classified on them. It seemed to have military and government stuff. They talked about strange creatures that were found. There's also talk of a strange floating ball that had a little pocket dimension inside. But the last thing that was in the envelope, that's what shocked me. There was a picture of the boobah. They were all in individual tubes. They were chained by their arms and their legs to the tubes. On the back of the picture, where there was some text, it said, "Creatures sold to Ragdoll." It was then that I truly understand what was going on. The boobah, these creatures, they weren't just something that Ragdoll had come up with off the top of their heads. These were real creatures they had enslaved to perform. They weren't just people in some big costumes. There was only one thing that I didn't understand. Why did they want me? I just couldn't figure it out. I decided to sleep early. I had nightmares that night as well. Through the week, I still saw the people dressed as boobah staring at me. They didn't seem to do anything, though. Eventually, they just all disappeared. But I wanted answers. I wanted to know why the blue ball wanted me to be a part of their world. It was a mystery I'd never have answered.